Respect for parents. How to show respect and appreciation to our parents. Alexandros was 13 years old and had a problem. Although he loved his parents, he often felt they didn't understand his feelings. He would get upset by their suggestions and felt like he didn't have his own space and time. Things got worse when he started complaining about how old-fashioned they were and how they didn't understand his life. At school, things weren't better either. Alexandros started distancing himself from his friends and felt more and more isolated with his thoughts. One day, Alexandros' mother, Maria, suggested he see a mental health counselor to talk about his feelings. At first, Alexandros reacted negatively. He didn't want to speak to a stranger about his problems. But Maria explained to him that sometimes, when we talk to someone who understands and listens without judging, we can feel better. His first meeting with his counselor, Ms. Anna, was difficult. However, Miss Anna let him express himself without pressure. She began helping him understand his anger and why he felt this way toward his parents. Alexandros realized that his anger came from a fear of not being understood, and that his parents were simply trying to protect him and help him, even if it made him feel restricted. One day, Miss Anna told him something that opened his eyes. Respecting your parents doesn't mean you always agree with them. It means you understand their intentions and try to communicate with love, even when you disagree. Alexandros began thinking about this statement and reevaluating his relationship with his parents. Instead of reacting with anger when his mother told him to clean his room or study for school, he started showing more understanding. He realized that his parents wanted the best for him, even though sometimes they seemed strict. One afternoon, while sitting with his father, Alexandros said, "Dad, I know you tell me to be more organized, and I often get annoyed, but I understand now that you're doing it to teach me to be responsible. Thank you." His father smiled and hugged him, feeling proud of his son. Days passed, and Alexandros began applying what he had learned. It wasn't always easy, but he tried to show more respect and communicate with his parents, even when there were disagreements. As a result, their relationship became healthier and more open. Alexandros now felt that, even though his parents didn't always understand everything, he knew they loved and supported him. The meeting with Ms. Anna helped him realize how important it is to express our feelings and try to understand others. It wasn't just his parents who had to understand him, but he also needed to make an effort to understand them. Showing respect for his parents, even when he disagreed with them, helped him feel calmer and closer to them. The lesson of today's story with Alexandros is, respecting our parents doesn't mean always agreeing with them, but it means understanding and appreciating their intentions, even when we don't fully understand their decisions.